mean, I thought we were playing football. I don't know what we're playing at this point. Very different game than what I grew up playing and what I grew up loving. Can't hit nobody hard. Can't be violent. So I don't know what to say anymore.
I bet your ass won't, bitch! I bet your ass won't, bitch! Oh, you bitch! Get him, bitch! Woo! Get him, bitch! Woo! Get him, bitch! Get him, bitch! Woo! Let's go! Whoa! Let's fucking go, boys! Woo! Oh yeah! Fuck his ass! Fuck his ass! Fuck his ass! What you think of his ass? You fucking losers! Woo! Y'all worthless bitches! Y'all the worthless bitches! Woo! Oh, y'all both now!
How we doing, family? Celestial Rising, Divine Afternoon, and Grand Nights to the beautiful deity watching this video. And it's your Divine Reflection, Divine Messenger, and we are back with another message, of course. And, of course, all I have is information for you. I have neither truth nor fiction, but if you find some truth in this fiction, then I let you know that your spirit understands and transcends all that is and isn't, because what is and isn't in this delusion that we want to call reality. When it comes down to the NFL and when it comes down to sports in general, I showed those clips in the beginning of, the people or these barbarians fighting against each other for no apparent reason. And then it doesn't have to get this deep, but it can, because, of course, a lot of things that are seen on the surface, they have a lot of depth within them that doesn't get talked about a lot, that doesn't get the same publicity as other things that are going on as well. And we got to understand, too, that a lot of situations that people will fight themselves into, they can honestly go without doing, because all you gotta do is control your emotions. But the thing is, too, when it comes down to crazed fanatics, it's like the same thing in the Roman Colosseum also, because in the Roman Colosseum back in those time periods, so in BCE, AD, BC, all those different unconscious timelines that we still exist in, by the way, because history does repeat itself, obviously. And once we understand that, people got to really, truly begin to transcend and ascend, feeding these Luciferian propagandas that are, manipulated into the sports world, because people are fighting each other in the nosebleed section of a football game, because the Falcons and the Saints played each other yesterday, I want to say. Either way it goes, though, we got people fighting for no apparent reason. So it's just like, if you really ask yourself, and a lot of times, too, it's mostly guys fighting, because a lot of times, too, these guys have a lot of high testosterone, and they're also in their feelings, because for you to be able to even fight somebody over a game that does not belong to you, you're in your emotions, you're in your lower instinct, you're in your root chakra. By you being in your root chakra, you have to align yourself with your sacral chakra as well, because, of course, your second brain, your intuition, your intuitive gut will lie to you and say, oh, if I beat this nigga's ass, that's the best way to go out, not knowing that you look like an idiot, for one. And two, if you have your girl right next to you, you're embarrassing not only yourself, but you're embarrassing your girl as well, because why are you fighting another couple or another man or woman who does not know who you are? Not only that, what are you fighting for? If we're all watching the same exact game, why are we fighting over the same exact game that we're watching? So we're both being played with mentally, but yet you're going to fight somebody who's also being played with mentally along with your mentality? I mean, it's just like, it don't get more stupider than that. And when people really understand, too, just how, like, you have to be careful and you have to mind your thoughts whenever you're trapped inside of these enclosed systems, because, too, if you go into a stadium, you got to understand, if you just look up, for one, I'll say this, too, even though I know sports is rigged, it's still fun to watch. Like, we can't sit here and act like, you're a hermit, under your shell and all that. No, because watching sports, from time to time, it is entertaining to watch, because just like when you grow up watching it, or you grow up playing it, I should say, it's just like, damn, it does look nice seeing professionals do what they do. But then it's like, once you get older, you kind of just realize that you're wasting your time watching a bunch of mindless programmers or zombies just playing a game that they claim that they love, but they don't really love the game for real. They love the money, because if you remove the money from these sports, I promise to Almighty God, many of these celebrities or these athletes will not be playing the sport that they love, because there's money involved. So if the average professional athlete knew that they were getting paid, I'll say, less than $100 to play their favorite sport, they wouldn't play that shit no more, because, of course, there's really no money involved. They can't pay their bills with $100 consistently. So because of that, they're getting paid millions. And because they're getting paid millions, a lot of them will do whatever they can to go higher in the ranks as far as the fraternities and the sororities that they're a part of. Meaning that, for one, women as well. When I say sororities, I also mean, too, that they're also illuminating groups, because I don't believe in Illuminati, but they're also illuminating groups to where a woman as well will also sell their morality or their dignity out as well, or their dignity. I said that way too fast. But yeah, they will sell their dignity out because that's all that they know as well, and they want to get paid. And as far as the men, they will go in their fraternity and they will sell themselves out also. Now, a lot of times too, a lot of these fans, they don't know that they're actually fighting over unconscious clones on top of that too, because this stuff actually does get deeper than meets the eye. Because of course you will see people who are sacrificing themselves to play the sport, but not realizing that these people aren't actually real people, but characters. So people are fighting over a bunch of masculine characters who do not know they exist, but you paid all this money. For one, you're in a nosebleed section. So when you're in that section alone, your mindset, for one, you're already pissed off, because who wants to watch a game in a nosebleed section? Like, you might as well just watch the game in your crib from the upstairs room and then have your TV downstairs. That's the same exact program. But the thing is, too, you can do that for free in your crib. But you pay money to be in a higher section. Get your money up. So I'll be mad as well. Now, when people are mad about this stuff, they are projecting their programming into somebody else because they're also upset as well. So if two people are fighting in the nosebleeds, then their subconscious mind already didn't want to be there in the first place. But they were so eager to go because they didn't want to be alone at home watching the game. They wanted to feel the experience. They wanted to feel the atmosphere. We got to understand as well, a lot of people collectively, they come together with the same exact mindset in mind, to be entertained by what? Stupidity and ignorance. Because for one, why are you entertained by watching barbaric entities clash and blow their heads off? Because for one, we're watching a bunch of athletes get CTE for future, I'll say, scenarios that they have to go through. Meaning that when these players get older, like, God forbid, but I mean, it's kind of been forbidden already, because the proof is in the pudding. If you keep on getting your ass hit by a helmet consistently, you're causing yourself internal brain damage. Now, of course, it don't matter because your favorite athlete just caught a pick, or he mossed somebody, or he just got a touchdown over 5 people. And the crowd goes wild. The atmosphere goes crazy. They need your energy collectively so they can feel their character's script, because there are only scripted characters or main characters who are going to be a prophecy for these terrestrial leeches who are basically being observed by higher observers to watch a game called the NFL. Because the NFL is not meant to entertain you. They are there to entertain a bunch of leeches who are also betting, like in Vegas, California, Georgia, Miami. These people behind closed doors, they have to script these games out, rig these games, because they have money involved in them. That's all sports is anyways. So when this guy, I don't know his name, but I had the clip up there, when he was complaining about it's not the game that I grew up playing. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Once you sell your morality and your dignity, once you sell your identity to get monetized and to get sold out into the industry, or to get sold out on commercials, movies, whatever the case may be, once you do that, your life is no longer yours per se, because whenever you get up, you have to go train for football. You have to get hit in football consistently. So you're going to be putting your body through more damage than what it needs to already be going through. That is barbaric as fuck. And they're allowing our people to kill themselves slowly but surely to entertain millions of people, to get followers or to get money or to pay their bills. Not knowing that in the day, to all my athletes out there, I'm not telling you to not play the sport that you love, but just know when you're playing this sport that you claim you love, you cannot be surprised at the people who are fighting over you, who are fighting against you, who are mocking you, who are slandering you, who are judging you because of your performance. Not only that, to the people who watch these games, you have to always be cautious of who is around you, because there are some people who they don't care about risking it all. They will do whatever it takes to fulfill their ego. So by these people fighting in these sections or whatever, it's like, it sucks that somebody could be eating their food, drinking their beer, and then their shit gets knocked over on their shirt or their pants because 2 idiots want to fight over nothing per se. And when that happens, now it's like you got to deal with this shit in your face as well, because you never know. Somebody can be mad one day, fucking with somebody else, and then next thing you know, because somebody bet on something and they said, man, fuck your bet. Nigga, what? Pull out a gun, pull out a knife. Next thing you know, somebody's head gets blown off in a NFL game right next to you. And you could be screaming, or you could be their friend, or you could be somebody right next to them. You may get hurt in a crossfire, or you may get stabbed just because you were right next to them, and somebody just said, man, fuck you too. You want to be right next to them, I'm going to stab you as well, which is exactly why you have to be careful when you go to these games. You have to expect the unexpected, because there's some people who are not living for you. They're living for themselves, because all they care about is themselves, which is exactly why these sports are programming our people to act like zombies, to be programmed into a lower state of mind. So that people are going to want to bring out these different substances behind closed doors. So it's like, for example, you're drinking. So you're not only eating bad food, because who wants to eat fruit at a football game? Like, think about that. You see millions of people, thousands of people around you. Some people don't want to eat fruit because it's like, why do I want to eat fruit when I'm in a time or I'm at an event like this? They don't want to do that. On top of that, you got alcohol, you got beer. So you got other liquid substances that are meant to poison your liver and your kidneys. But people don't care about that till it's too late. And then that's when they start doing a GoFundMe. They start asking people to donate so they can get a kidney. It's just like, my nigga, you had the opportunity of a lifetime to save yourself from your alcohol poisoning or from drinking poisonous substances to have a good time. That to me is lame. If you have to smoke, drink, or if you have to eat unhealthy to have fun, you're not having fun. You are pretending to have fun, and you are masquerading your happiness by really being sad on the inside, because you know you hate your life and you're miserable behind closed doors. But to cover up that sadness for a temporary happiness, you want to go to an NFL game with your family, your girl, your boyfriend, whatever, your friends, to enjoy yourself. But you're not really enjoying yourself, because if you did, you could watch the same exact program at home with the family that you claim you love. It's just that simple. But either way it goes, all these people are not real people to begin with, and they're just fighting each other because their programming is in a lower satanic frequency anyways. On top of that, they had these enclosed domes and basically in stadiums, because they need to siphon your energy together and put it into the air and the atmosphere. So imagine if you go to an NFL game with no fans, you're the only fan there. They won't want to play the game for real, because the fans make them who they are. The fans make the character feel a certain way about their ego. So the characters who are in the stands, they're all just background characters to a bunch of main characters who are performing for leeches. So it's basically, once again, the Roman Colosseum. So even like when our people, when they were fighting lions and different terrestrial deities that we never seen before, all we cared about was we wanted drinks and we wanted food, because we want to see people get killed and slaughtered. So it's the same thing today. To my NFL athletes, or even to my professional athletes who watch this video too, just know these fans, these supporters do not care about you for real. Because if you never played that sport, if you never sold your morality out or your identity, they would not know that you existed. You'd be a regular citizen doing what regular people do. But because you went above and beyond your skill set, now people want to adore you and praise you and idolize you. And of course, why would you not want to be idolized for the work that you've been doing since you were a kid? Makes no sense, right? Therefore, you're going to do whatever you can to please yourself while the crowd is pleasing themselves through your talent. But you're not really talented for real, because at the end of the day, everybody's script on that field is meant to be scripted. So if you see a person running for a touchdown and nobody tackles them, it's all part of the game. If you see somebody fumble the ball, it's all part of the game. If somebody throws 10 interceptions back to back to back, it's all part of the game. So why bet on a scripted script that is meant to be scripted beyond your own comprehension, that you can't comprehend, obviously? So if you are getting mad because you lost a bet, or if you're getting mad because somebody pissed you off because they said something about your favorite player, this or that, you are weak-minded, and you should not be going to games in general. So people who love watching sports, be careful with what you are watching, because if you are entertained by ignorance, be prepared to be fooled by ignorance once again, because it's just that simple. Because if you had common sense, you wouldn't be sitting there wasting your time watching a bunch of barbaric zombies tackle each other to the death. It's just that simple. At the end of the day, take care of your consciousness. And always remember that these sports don't mean nothing at the end of the day, because they are only meant to entertain Nephilim. They're not meant to entertain you. But if you're entertained by these people or these characters, then by all means do you. But to people who have common sense, who don't watch sports, just know you're doing a great deed for society, because you're not feeding into propaganda. Not only that, sports are just distractions for them to traffic kids more, because it's like, too, imagine the masses being distracted by sports. That's a perfect opportunity for these rich leeches to just kidnap kids, traffic them, to bet behind closed doors, to commit satanic rituals behind closed doors, to get more people to sell out. It's just all meant for them at the end of the day, because we are basically feeding their utopia, and they need your money, obviously. So because you're wasting your money for people who don't know you exist, all you're doing is you're feeding into more pedophilia, more assault, more molestation. It's just so much stupidity to the point where people don't understand that they're feeding into their own lies, and then they get mad when they're lied to. It's like, how can you get mad that you're feeding into your own lies, and then when a lie tells you directly, I was lying to you the whole entire time. Now you want to get mad because you've been lied to the whole entire time. But you knew that you were going to be lied to the whole entire time. And yet you're surprised? That's America for you, by the way. Have a great day, God and Goddess.